This is Miss Black, fifth grade math. Today we are dividing using partial quotients. The objective is I can solve division problems by using partial quotients. There are multiple strategies to solve division problems. Area models are a rectangular diagram that uses place value and friendly numbers to visually divide the dividend into manageable sections. Partial quotients use place value and friendly numbers to solve. Add the partial quotients together to get the quotient. And the standard algorithm uses DMSBR to solve. This is divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, remainder, or repeat. The standard algorithm is not something that we are going to learn in fifth grade. It is a sixth grade skill. However, some of you may have already learned how to use it. There is a video by Mr. J if you are still interested in learning this, but we will not be testing on this standard until sixth grade. Today we're just going to focus on partial quotients. First, we are going to solve the problem 6,529 divided by 8. I've shown you how to subtract partial quotients using 1, 2, 5, and 10. I'm going to show you that first, and then I'm going to show you how to use some other math facts that you might know. Here I have listed all of the facts of 1, 2, 5, and 10, and you can see that I did 8 times 2, 8 times 20, 8 times 200. If you know what 8 times 2 is, then you know what 20 and 200 is. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 50 would be 400. 8 times 500, 4,000. What we're looking for is the largest amount that we can take out of this amount right here, which is our dividend. And if I'm looking at all these, I can see that 8,000 would be too much. So I've underlined the ones I'm going to be using. So I'm going to take out 4,000. I've drawn my vertical line over here. I'm going to multiply times 500. And 500 times 8, I know that 5 times 8 is 40. So 8 times 500 is 4,000. And I'm going to subtract. 9 minus 0 is 9. 2 minus 0 is 2. 5 minus 0 is 5. And 6 minus 4 is 2. So I've taken out 4,000. I still have 2,529. And if I look over here in my list, I could see that I could take out 8 times 200 because that's 1,600. So I'm going to multiply by 200. 8 times 2 is 16. So 8 times 200 would be 1,600. I'm going to subtract 1,600. 9 minus 0 is 9. 2 minus 0 is 2. I cannot do 5 minus 6, so I'm going to have to regroup. I'll cross out my 2, make it a 1. That makes this a 15. And 15 minus 6 is 9. So now I have 929 left. And if I look at my list over here, I can see that I could take out 8 times 100, which is 800. So I'm going to multiply by 100. So 100 times 8 is 800. Going to subtract. 9 minus 0 is 9. 2 minus 0 is 2. And 9 minus 8 is 1. Now I'm going to look over in my list and see if there's anything that I can multiply to take out that is less than 129. I can't take out 160, but I can take out 80. So I'm going to multiply 8 times 10 to get 80. 9 minus 0 is 9. And then, of course, I can take the whole 12 minus 8 is 4. I could look over in my list over here and see if there's anything I can take out. And I can see that I can take out 40. I can multiply 8 times 5 to get 40. And subtract that. 9 minus 0 is 9. I'm left with 9. I could still go a little bit further. I can take out 8. So I'm going to multiply 8 times 1 to get 8 and subtract that, and I'm going to be left with 1. Now, my divisor here is 8. I cannot take 8 out of 1. So I am done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add all my partial quotients, and I'm going to add all these together. This is 5, 6, 7. This is 800. And then this is 10, 15, 16. And 800 plus 16 is 816. I have 1 left over, so that means I have 816 remainder 1. Moving back to our problem on our PowerPoint, I want to show you a different way to do this. So we have our problem. First, we draw a division symbol and add a vertical line to the right side. Write the dividend inside the division symbol and the divisor outside of it. So we have our 6,529 divided by 8. Choose a large but simple multiple of the divisor. Write this multiple on the right side of the line. So instead of using 1, 2, 5, and 10, the more you do this, the more you'll realize you can use all of your math facts, and you don't have to use 1, 2, 5, and 10 if you know any more of your math facts. So if you look at this and you just close off this or cut off this 29 and you're left with a 65, many of you might see that 8 times 8 equals 64. So if you could multiply 8 times 8 is 64, you could multiply 8 times 800. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do 8 times 800. So you multiply the divisor by this multiple and write the product below the dividend. So you can see that 8 times 8 is 64, but 8 times 800 is 6,400. Then you would subtract the product from the dividend and write the difference underneath to get 129. Now we can look at this fact and see, what could I multiply to get something close to 129? You're going to subtract these products and from the dividend and write the difference underneath, and you're going to repeat steps 4 and 5 with a new difference until you can't divide any more out of your 8. So I know that I can multiply 8 times 10 and get 80. So I'm going to subtract 80 from 129, and I'm going to get 49. And I know that 8 times 5 is 40. But I know that 8 times 6 is 48. So I could use 6 instead of 5 and put the 48 and subtract that and get 1. Adding up all of my partial quotients, the 800 plus the 10 plus the 6 gives me 816, and then I have a remainder of 1.